All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha, Kodash. I want to give double honor to that apostle, and others, great millstone, who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessing to you, sincere Akim, that are pushing this truth all over the four corners of the earth, week in and week out, in all truth and sincerity. It's going to be a response to the Elder Karat Zakba out of the GMS Baltimore camp. The title of his video is Worker Reveals Warp Speed Robots Taking Jobs. Worker reveals warp speed robots taking jobs. And I'll put the link in the description box. I encourage you brothers and you few sisters to go watch the elder's video first. Very edifying. And this is going to be a response to his video. I'm going to touch on a couple statements that he made and also the intro video as well. Okay. And like we've been telling you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the powers that be, these wicked elites, they are seeking to replace you, okay? Especially at these various different job sites. All right, so without further ado, let's jump into this video.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people from my last video saying that nothing's coming, nothing's gonna happen, I'm paranoid, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna tell you like this. This is where I'm working, okay? I'll read that. This is where I'm working right now. The man who owns that company, I'll say Shelon Tusk. Y'all know Shelon Tusk. Find the rhyme, the rhythm. He has us working 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week. I'm an electrician. I wire up all the machinery that they're using to build the trucks. I'm wiring up all the machinery that they are using to build these robots, okay? We are working 12 hours, 7 days a week. I have worked for TikTok. I have worked for Amazon. I have worked for Samsung. I have worked for Fortune 500 companies all year. Nobody is pushing their people like this, okay? 12-hour shifts. He is trying to complete this for something. I promise you, bro, as soon as these robots go online, it will kill 80% of the job force. All you people driving trucks, in restaurants, who don't think this can happen in Japan, they already have robots serving tables. They already have nurses that are being robotically projected from monitors to help patients. Your job is not safe, okay? 80% of the workforce will be killed by these robots. As soon as he puts these AIs inside of these robots, I promise you, bro, they will think, be smarter, faster, and they do not need to sleep, bro. We call in. I called in 3 days ago because I worked 6 days straight. Robots don't do that. That's what they are pushing for, bro. Have you sitting at home with the real ID, with your Fed Now money, taking free governmental universal income, slave, bro.
Yep. That's part of these wicked elites' agenda to have universal basic income and that micro CHIP, which is the MOTB, at the forefront of his new agenda. And these robots doing the majority of all the work. And like this guy is going into, he's at the job site and he works for, Elon Musk, probably a Tesla facility or something in that type of line of work. And, they're designing robots to replace you and to take your job, to do your job more efficiently, be more productive. And these robots can work around the clock. And these robots aren't going to complain. They're not taking leave. They don't need 401ks. They don't need insurance. And they're more efficient. And it's going to make these companies more money in the long run. Let's face it. And they have robots for just about everything. I want to get another page real quick. So this is a simple robots in the workplace Google search. And as you can see, you see the various different types of robots. And they've been using robots for quite some time. It's just, the technology and the progression has changed and it's gotten a whole lot better, so to speak. All right. So they've been using robots at these different facilities concerning these big businesses and production companies, especially concerning cars and building engines and stuff like that. But it has progressed. And, like the elder goes into in this video, it's a process of gradualism. Okay. We started off, not having cell phones, having to use pay phones. And, then the cell phones came on the scene and it was low technology then. But to us, we looked at it as, the newest, hottest, most interesting thing out. Okay. you know, Today's generation, this new generation, if you were to show them the things that we thought were cool and in style, hip and interesting at our young age, they, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy, right? So this is the progression of these robotics. Now these robotics are gonna sit and where a person would sit and type on a computer, answer phone calls, all right, do all the computing, the mathematics, the logistics, and not only that, all right, the various different packaging. A lot of these different Amazon, uh, what's another warehouse, FedEx, these various different production companies that have a lot of make a lot of jobs, make a lot of employment for people. These people are going to get laid off, and you're going to be replaced by AI robot. Okay, and they got robots for just about everything, man. I was looking at a post on some social media extension, and they're making robot girlfriends now. you know, so you can see they got robots for just about everything, man. From AI in your home to 18 wheelers that are robotic to robotic forklifts. Let's see. Yeah, see, you got robotic forklifts that can be programmed to move around these workplace facilities. Because when you go into these workplace facilities, all you have is, these type of machineries, excluding the people that do the majority of the work. The forklifts, the packaging, like, I showed in the various different images. And, they might keep a couple people around to make sure these machines, uh, run efficiently. Let's see. Search one more thing. All right, yeah, right here. Autonomous trucks. Driverless trucks. So they're going to replace these 18-wheeler drivers that deliver all your various different food products and packaging and all these things to these various different businesses and even into these warehouses with AI technology. All right, they already have, the uh, robot taxi cab drivers that are essentially putting out Uber out of business. See if we can get an image of that as well. Okay, here you go. Robotic taxis. Cruise is what it's called. Where literally, I believe they have these, yeah, in San Francisco, California. All right. You have these robotic Let's see what comes up on this. All right, Slovakia. It says, it says California clears way for driverless taxis in San Francisco. So it says San Francisco is set to become the first U.S. city where driverless taxis without humans behind the wheel are free to roam the roads and carry paying passengers without restrictions, following a landmark decision by California regulators on Thursdays. All right, so this is already going on. This is already in full effect, and this is they're not talking too much about this in mainstream media for obvious reasons, especially with this whole election campaign going on. All right, but Esau is setting up to replace, these so-called working class citizens. All right, and times are already tough. Times are already hard. You got a new category of class, homelessness. People that work 9-to-5 jobs, 40 to 50 hours a week, make $50,000 to $60,000 a year, and are homeless, living out of their cars. Okay. Now, let's go back to this video. All right, let's continue on in this video.
Victim to the system, bro. They do not want you out. I promise you, bro. They will think, be smarter, faster, and they do not need to sleep, bro. We call in. I called in 3 days ago because I worked 6 days straight. Robots don't do that. That's what they are.
Yeah, and especially with this whole pandemic going on, and these, various diseases, outbreaking all over the earth. The job force is not going to take a hit like in times past. With people getting sick and different mandates going out, and ultimately businesses getting shut down and production slowing. Well, now with these robotics and artificial intelligence, business will continue as usual. All right.
Pushing for, bro. Have you sitting at home with the real ID, with your Fed Now money, taking free governmental universal income, slave, bro. Victim to the system, bro. They do not want you out here moving how you want. They do not want you collecting resources. They don't want you to do anything without their knowledge.
Yeah. Like I believe it was one of the Rockefellers or Rothschild said, you will own nothing and be happy. And that's what they're striving for. That's part of their New World Order agenda, for you to own nothing, which these people don't own anything. You're just borrowing and loaning. You really don't have no type of ownership of anything.
Bro, they want to track every transaction. They want to track your whereabouts. They want to know what you're.
Yeah, and how are they going to do that? Which they're already doing that on a pretty high level right now, but they want to further that. They want to extend that. They want to achieve new heights, and they're going to do that by the way of that MOTB, the electronic device. That's going to further their control. That's going to tighten that squeeze, as the elder, from the GMS Charlotte camp put it. They're going to tighten that squeeze on the people. Okay, and they want to know your whereabouts. They want to know how much money you're spending, what you're spending it on, who you're talking to, what you like to watch. And they're already, collecting data on the, all these people concerning their cloud system and their cloud database, through the various different technologies that we use. All right. And this technology is part of this man's wickedness. Let's go to Micah, the second chapter, real quick. It says Micah 2:1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And this is part of, Esau's wickedness is his technology. Okay. And it's in the power of their hand, according pursuing to Job 9:24. This earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. Verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house and even a man and his heritage. Let's get back into the video.
Thinking, bro, and all they want to do is monetize and commercialize that. It's that mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is taking things that should not be for money or for sale and making them for sale, like your soul, love, things of that nature, bro. And y'all say that it's not coming, bro. It's right around the corner. I promise you, bro, this is coming. Where I'm working right now has proven that. This man sends drones on the top of the buildings, drones inside the building to count how many people are working at all times. This is not a game, bro. I'm telling you, this is just his company, bro. Imagine what they're doing. Like Facebook, all these companies are together. They're acting like they're competitors. They're not. They all have one agenda, bro. And each of them are doing their part. I promise you.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Recha HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brethren, okay, you fellow believers of this truth. And shalom to the elect. So anyway, before I get started in this video was put up by GMS Yahweh Shai's Prophecies, GMS Space Yahweh Shai's Prophecies. On this channel, he goes into a lot of those little news article clips. And I said, well, I'll, for the sake of prophecy, I'll do a quick video on that. As you heard, the Jake said he works in this factory and the robots or whatever is all taking over. I think the title of this video is E isn't hiding his Terminators anymore. Right. So these this AI and these robots is being pushed on a high level, right? To there's a thing, there's a lot I can't say in the video. So there's a thing called the NWO, right? And they're pushing. Let me read the scripture real quick, just to sum this all up. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. It says of the sea. It says the earth and the wind and the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he has but a short time. So this Jake saying he working 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week. And it's kind of crazy how they're pushing so much hard labor out of these Jakes just to terminate them, right? It's kind of spiritual how the brother titled it, he's not hiding his Terminators anymore.
Now I want to get into this article. You heard what the, Elder Karat Zakba was going into the Revelation, the 12th chapter. And, basically, Esau is working these workers at these companies that are putting together these robots that are going to replace them. All right. 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week, And I want to go into Sirach, the 12th chapter. Before that, I want to get into this article. Okay. Because, basically Esau, he's telling you what he's going to do. Okay. Right before your eyes. But once again, the people refuse to believe. Esau puts it in the movies. He puts it in these articles like you see on your screen. He puts it in the cartoons. Hey, you got the men that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai set up all over the four corners of the earth telling you this to your face. Okay. But our people, as well as the rest of these other nations, are too captivated by this man's intricate trinkets, okay, and his various other tactics and distractions. All right, our people are too worried about the next the next music video, the next album drop, the next concert, the next comedy show. Let's get into this article now, and once again, I'll put the link to the elders video in the description box or comment board, and I'll put the link to these various different articles as well. It says the robots are coming and the companies building them are looking for workers. Yeah, right. Esau, when he makes these articles, he always makes it seem that like you people are going to be included when you're not. Okay. It says robotics companies helping to create jobs. Yeah, they're only creating jobs for a moment, for you to come do the work they need you to do, and then they're going to eliminate you, like you heard in the video, to terminate. All right. Let's get into this. This is, there's no denying automation will eliminate certain jobs in the coming years. But as companies adopt robots on manufacturing floors, in kitchens, and on delivery routes, workers have a growing opportunity to join the ranks in helping to build and implement the technology. And you heard that Jake going into, basically he's a part of that, right? It says, Salakia. It says both humanoid and non-humanoid robots are set to reduce employment in the years to come, as nearly equal amounts of companies say they're expecting growth, worker displacement, or neutral effect due to the technology, according to the World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report for 2023 forecast. The sectors most likely to adopt robotics are electronics, energy tech, and utilities and consumer goods, according to the study. The effects may differ depending on the industry. For example, the WEF study found 60% of companies operating in the production of consumer goods and in the oil gas industry project jobs will be lost due to automation. Let's read that again. For example, the WEF, the World Economic Forum, study found 60%, 60% of companies operating in the production of consumer goods, and those are these various different warehouse facilities, these large warehouse jobs that are all over the United States, where the majority of the people in middle class and lower class work at. It says, and the oil and gas industry project jobs will be lost due to automation, due to robotics and artificial intelligence. Okay. It says, on the other hand, 60% of companies operating in information and technology services expect jobs to be created due to robots in the next 5 years. And I believe that whole creating jobs, that's just all bullshit, man. Esau is going to always give you something to hope on. All right. So you could be falsely rest assured, right? It says robotics company Zipline is among the companies looking for. Okay, let's see. Let's skip down a little bit. Okay. Okay, it says the current developer, Salakia. It says the use of automation and companies large and small has two advantages. The Association for Advancing Automation argues it reduces challenges for workers and taking away monotonous or dangerous tasks in their day-to-day roles. Well, those dangerous tasks are the reason certain workers get paid more and are needed, for high demanding jobs because of these, so-called dangerous tasks. And they have to go through various different classes, get certifications, and ultimately they're getting paid more because of that. It says, and it keeps companies competitive and speedy in production process. These robots are going to be faster than you, smarter than you, okay, programmed to think how the company wants them to think. And, Esau is already pushing upon society to turn these people into a robotic state of mind. Look at how you get up at a certain time. You go on your break at this time, you get off at this time. Esau rolls out the layout, how you're supposed to do the job, ultimately even how you're supposed to think. Okay. And then, as you outside of the workplace, it's the same thing going on. There's a low vibration of a low to moderate vibration that is being pushed heavily in society of mind control. Okay. But Esau is about to step it up to the next level. All right. It says it keeps companies competitive and speedy in production process. It can also help to solve an ongoing labor shortage. All right. Well, there is going to be a labor shortage because Esau is going to induce it. Let's go to Sirach, the 12th chapter, real quick. Let's start from the 10th verse. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. You can't trust this man. You know, he says, yeah, there's going to be loss of jobs in certain categories, but we're going to bring jobs and create jobs in other categories. You can't believe this man he talks out the side of his neck. He double talks. He makes false hope and false promises. Can't forget who this man is. This man is the devil. He's the serpent. All right. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Take good heed of this man. This man has a plan. He has an agenda. He's cooking something up. All right. He's forming something in the works. Something's in the mix. It says, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. This is the same serpent from the garden. This is the deceiver of all deceivers. And he's very good at what he does. And he's been blessed with this technology, you know, as well as various other things. And he's about to use it on the forefront in full effect. He knows that his time, his rulership's coming to an end. So he's going to give it everything he got. It says, verse 12, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. Hey, he's trying to get these people out the way. he's trying to take your say. You know, you was a worker, you was a cashier, you was an employee, you was a forklift driver, you drove an 18-wheeler, you did customer service, you did all these various things. Well, you're no longer needed no more. You're gonna get a phone call, you can get a letter in the mail. There's gonna be a meeting at the job. Well, we're doing a reduction of employees. Thank you for your service. All right. You might even give you a little check to, you know, to soften the fall, so to speak. It says, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Okay. It says, matter of fact, let's read down to verse 18, all the way to the end of the chapter. It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. And this is what Esau is doing. He's speaking those sweet words, promises, hopes. You know, you got this whole presidential campaign. Everyone's making promises. I'm going to bring this. I'm going to help the community. I'm going to make jobs, do this and do that. And they're all puppets in the game. You know, the wicked elite's agenda is going to go out regardless who sits in that Oval Office, who sits as the president of the United States, right? It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. Like, you know, the elder Karatazak Bob was going into, man, that NWO. Okay. He has plans and agendas, and the people, I'll put it like this, his best interest is not for the people. Okay. And especially not for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. It says, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. So Esau's looking for that opportunity. He's like, man, once we get these robots, once we get this AI at the height, hey, once we finally get all these things perfected, we already got these people right where we want them. Hey, then we can just discard them. Let everything go to shit, everything go to hell. We can set up this universal basic income, force them to take this electronic device, and then we move forward in the next step and plan concerning our agenda, that NWO, right? And people are, you know, coming to the realization, people are coming to the realization of what's going on in society. And they're coming to the notion that the fact is they are being replaced, and, you know, something sinister is going on behind the scenes. It says, he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. And there's about to be great bloodshed on the earth. These concentration camps weren't put in place for no reason. He plans on putting people inside of them. He has all these different things that he has set up for when all hell breaks loose. And we're right there at the doorstep of all hell breaking loose. Okay. It says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, see, that's what you see in this article. He's spitting words of pretend. You know, he's pretending that these robots are not going to replace you. He's pretending that these robots are good for the economy, that these robots and AI, artificial intelligence, is good for the jobs, is good for the people. It's going to help you get more money in your pocket. It's going to help you get a better job, which makes no sense when you think about it. You know, how is this technology going to benefit the people when you're building these robots to do the jobs of the people? And a lot of people on this earth don't have good common sense, right? It says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Okay. Now I want to go into, there's a video I want to play. So bear with me. Let me find it. All right. I want to play this video because it kind of goes into the humanoid robotics, artificial intelligence, and, well, let's just read the title. It says, humanoid robots now officially taking human jobs while AI learns to lie. This is real. I'll leave this link in the description box as well. But let's jump into this video, then let's jump back into the scriptures.
You're not going to believe this, but Agility Robotics' humanoid robot Digit just landed its first official job, and it's a game changer for the entire industry. Yes, an actual humanoid robot is now working in a real warehouse, and it's kind of a big deal. This is something that robotics companies have been working towards for years, and Agility Robotics has just taken a massive leap ahead of the competition. Right, so Agility Robotics has signed a multi-year deal with GXO Logistics, which is a massive logistics company. We're talking the world's largest pure-play contract logistics provider. That's a pretty big deal in itself, but it gets better. Under this deal, GXO is going to deploy a small fleet of Digit robots at a Spanx facility in Connecticut. But wait, why would a logistics company need a humanoid robot? Well, hear me out. Digit is designed to work alongside other robots and human workers in warehouses, and it's uniquely suited for this kind of task. It's a humanoid robot, which means it's built to move and operate in environments designed for humans. It can navigate through tight spaces, climb stairs, and handle objects in a way that's similar to how we humans do it. In this case, Digit is picking up totes from these little autonomous mobile robots called Chucks, made by a company called 6 River Systems. Now, these Chucks are pretty cool. They're like little robot helpers that can zip around the warehouse and deliver totes to different stations. But here's where Digit comes in. This humanoid can grab the totes, whether they're empty or full of Spanx products, and place them onto...
So you see how Esau is making these robots. He's making them to do simple tasks that a human or a person would be doing. Loading, stocking, little robotics to move stuff around warehouses. And you add that with these robotic forklift drivers. Everything's automated. Everything's on a Wi-Fi internet system. Everything's working together. You add that with the robotic 18-wheeler trucks, as well as the various other different delivery systems and the drones. They're setting up where drones can deliver packages as well. So you see what's going on. This is right before your eyes. Esau is setting it up to replace you, to replace these workers. Okay. And these jobs, which they're showing you, these various jobs that these robots are performing, these are the jobs people really don't like to have, especially in these warehouses and these workplace jobs, man. If you ask a lot of these people that work in these, I've worked in these warehouses, and it's hell in these warehouses, man. I don't care how much you're getting paid. The task that you're doing, the repetitiveness, and the damn near make you go crazy. Okay. So people really don't enjoy, they would rather have another job, just put it that way. All right.
which means it's built to move and operate in environments designed for humans. It can navigate through tight spaces, climb stairs, and handle objects in a way that's similar to how we humans do it. In this case, Digit is picking up totes from these little autonomous mobile robots called Chucks, made by a company called Six River Systems. Now, these Chucks are pretty cool. They're like little robot helpers that can zip around the warehouse and deliver totes to different stations. But here's where Digit comes in. This humanoid can grab the totes, whether they're empty or full of Spanx products, and place them onto conveyors. It's like having an extra set of hands, but instead of hands, it's a 5'9" 140-pound robot that can lift up to 35.
An extra set of hands. No, he is the hands. He is the worker. He is the employee. You're just a temporary. Okay. Hey, you're a temp. Esau's turned all these workers into temps. You're temporarily being used, and then you're gonna be ousted. He's gonna give you a forced sign of resignation. You did a good job. He's gonna shake your hand. Here's your last check. You're no longer needed, right?
Pounds. Now, this is a big deal for a few reasons. First of all, it's the first time a humanoid robot has been officially deployed in a commercial setting like this. It's not just a pilot or a proof of concept. Agility Robotics is actually getting paid for Digit services under a robotics as a service model. So they're making real money from this deal, which is pretty cool, or scary, depending on how you look at it. But it's definitely a testament to the hard work and innovation that Agility Robotics has put into developing Digit and making it a practical, commercially viable solution. Secondly, it's kind of like a milestone for the entire humanoid robotics industry. Agility Robotics CEO Peggy Johnson said that this is just the beginning and there will be many more firsts to come as the humanoid robot market grows. She's really proud that Agility is the first company to actually have humanoid robots deployed and generating revenue by solving real-world problems. And let's not forget, Peggy Johnson is no stranger to the tech world. She's a veteran technology leader who...
All right, so they don't have no plans in slowing. They're moving forward, and they're going to accelerate their growth, their expansion into robotic technology. And this is not just being used in the workplace. This is used in military. This is being used in all aspects of life. Your local gas station, your local fast food restaurant has nothing but automated services. They're trying to push it to where these fast food restaurants do not have people. And you just go there. They already have these kiosks at these various different fast food places. You go in these fast food places now they didn't cut down. There's only one or two registers. Usually, most of the time, it's just one register. And they have 3 or 4 of these kiosks where you go up to and select and, pick what you want, put your credit card in, and these people will bring it out to you, or it'll be ready for you on the counter, right? Various different gas stations that are fully automated. Not just from the gas pump, but when you go inside, you pick up what you want. You can even pay for your gas through a kiosk. It's here, and it's going to get a whole lot worse. Let's go to Sirach, the 13th chapter, and let's start from the top. And I'm going to jump around in this chapter. It's Sirach 13:1. It says, he that toucheth the pit shall be defiled therewith, and he that hath fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him. See, a lot of these people think that these elites, the powers that be, have the people's best interest at heart, when it's actually the opposite. Okay, they want to depopulate the earth. They want to get rid of these, how they put it, quote unquote, the useless eaters. It says, I think, Salakia, I think, which it says on the Georgia Guidestones, they want to depopulate the earth to around 500 million, I believe. Verse 2, burden not thyself above thy power, while thou livest, and have no fellowship with one that is mightier and richer than thyself. For how agree the kettle with the earthen pot together? For if the one be smitten against the other, it shall be broken. The rich man hath done wrong, and yet he threateneth withal. The poor is wrong, and he must entreat also. Okay, these people, that's you know, they're feeling it right now, man. These people are like, hey, we're not being treated right. This is wrong. This ain't right. We're mad. We're angry. But you have no power to do anything. And we're too far down the line for you to stand up and change anything, so to speak. Okay. It says, verse 4, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee. And this is what's going on right now, you know, concerning the Jake that was speaking about, you know, him working at this Elon Musk facility and working 7 days a week, 12-hour shifts. Okay. It says, if thou be for his profit, he will use thee. And he's using these people to bring in something that ultimately is going to replace them. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. And Esau's not sorry for it. You can cry, you can complain, you can stomp, you can fight, you can get mad, all you want. He's not sorry. He knows exactly what he's doing. This is all business as usual. Okay. It says, if thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry. And all these people that have knowledge of robotics, they're the ones that Esau is seeking to use the most. Okay. And he even might keep some of these various different scientists and electricians, and ones know a lot about the logistics and the analyzation of these various different robotics and the technology behind them to use them. Okay. You know, for programming to make sure these robots are running efficiently and good, you know, but everyone else that doesn't have that type of knowledge, they're no longer needed. It says, if thou, Slaki, verse 6, if he have need of thee, he will deceive thee. Yeah, so if he needs you, he's going to deceive you into thinking that, you know, we're going to keep you. You're going to stick around for a long time. You have a long life. We see a bright future at this company, right? It says, if he had need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. And this is what Esau's doing. He's putting false hope in the minds of these people. Your jobs are safe. Everything is okay. The economy is going to bounce back. We're going to build back better. It's a bright future for America, right? It's a bright future for the job and the workforce, right? It's a bright future for society. When it's in all actuality and reality, it's the opposite. It says, if he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? And he will shame thee by his meats until he have drawn thee dry twice and thrice. And at the last, he will laugh thee to scorn afterward. That's right. After he put you out of these jobs, after everyone, took the bait, and that bait is all across the board and in various different shapes and forms. Okay. And he's going to sit back and he's going to laugh. It says, and at the last, he will laugh thee to scorn. Afterward, when he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee. Okay. Beware that thou be not deceived and brought down in thy jollity. And the majority of our people, they're being set up for the okie doke, and they have been deceived. Ultimately, it's the Most High Yahweh who has blinded them and deceived them, like the scripture says, the deceived and deceiver are his. Okay. Let's continue on in this video.
Robots out there and working in the real world first. Companies like Boston Dynamics, Figure, Fourier Intelligence, Sanctuary, Tesla, and Unitree are all working on humanoid robots. And they're all trying to be the first to crack the commercial market. But Agility Robotics seems to be leading the pack when it comes to getting their robots out there and actually working in real-world settings. They've been at this for a while. The company was founded way back in 2015, and they initially built a robot called Cassie for researchers and developers before turning their attention to commercial humanoids like Digit. Of course, this is just the beginning. The companies say they'll continue to explore more use cases for Digit and potentially scale up the deployment if it goes well. And don't forget, GX...
Yeah, they're looking for all aspects for the usages of these robots. They're looking to replace every single one of you people, man. From the janitor to the person that greets you at the door, to the security officer, all right, to the person who scans you in and scans you out, to the people that build these buildings and puts them together. He's trying to replace you on all aspects, all across the board.
Exo is also testing out other humanoid robots like Apollo from a company called Apptronic. So they're not putting all their eggs in one basket. They're really taking a smart approach by trying out different robots and seeing what works best for their operations. But for now, Agility Robotics and Digit are kind of in the spotlight. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out and whether other companies can catch up or if Agility can maintain its lead in the commercial humanoid robot race. There are still a lot of challenges to overcome, like developing safety standards for humanoid robots working alongside.
And robotics, artificial intelligence, all these various different things and technologies are going to go hand in hand with that electronic device, that MOTB. It's all going to work it's all going to work together, so to speak. Okay. Let's skip down in Sirach, the 13th chapter. Let's go down to the 18th verse. It says, what agreement is there between the hyena and a dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor? As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. Okay. And that's how things are. That's how it's been set up. You know, like the scripture says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people are mourn, and the people are in mourning. You know, these people are angry. You know, people are voicing their thoughts and their opinions on various different social media platforms. And it's going to get a lot worse. A lot worse. You see, these average people think change is going to come. Well, a change is going to come, but it's not going to be to their benefit. You know, a lot of changes are going to come, especially over here in Babylon the Great. But it's not going to be to the benefit of the people. Let's continue on in Sirach, the 13th chapter. Let's read on to continue on in verse 20. It says, as the proud hate humility, so doth the rich abhor the poor. Okay. And you poor are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. Esau Edom despises you. And he's only using you for his agenda, for his benefit. I mean, America has been built off the backs of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay. And, you know, Esau's not concerned about giving you anything except electronic device under your skin or directly wired to the mainframe of your brain. Okay. You know, our people talking about reparations and this and that. Yeah, our people are through, man. It says, verse 21, a rich man beginning to fall is held up of his slot. A rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends, but a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends. Yeah, and this devil has set it up in a way that, you know, your own people, you know, work against you. Okay. And you know, we know that's also a part of the curses, you know, concerning the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, verse 22, when a rich man is fallen, he hath many helpers. He speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him. The poor man slipped, and yet they rebuked him too. He spake wisely and could have no place. That's right. And the majority of our people, they refuse to accept any type of wisdom and knowledge. And we have become an enemy to the majority of our people because through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, we speak the truth. We speak the true knowledge that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has put inside of us, and ultimately he's speaking through us. And our people look at us as the enemy. And here it is, the real enemy is running through the earth. Okay. And our people have no problem with it. It says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds. You know, when Esau speaks, they extol it to the clouds. He's doing one thing on one hand, but he's doing something else on the other hand. But he said, don't worry about what's going on over here. You just look over here. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be all right. This is for your benefit. And the people clap their hands and say, amen. They clap their hands and say, he's right. That makes sense. You know what? I'm going to believe him. Okay? Because what? Micah 2:1. Micah 2:2. Salaki. It's either 2:1 or 2:2. Let's get that real quick again. I believe it's 1, Micah 2:1. Yeah. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work. It's Micah 2:1, Salaki. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. They're in power. The Edomites are in power, mainly concerning these wicked elites. All right. They're in that position. They've been put in that seat by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. Back in the Sirach, the 13th chapter, let's go down to the 23rd verse. It says, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith, they extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. And they look at the prophets that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai set up all over the four corners of earth, and they say, man, who are these guys, man? They ain't got no knowledge, man. Look at them. Standing here in these garments, screaming. They got these signs. You know, there's no way that they have the words and the knowledge of the Lord. Okay, there's no way they have anything that is profitable to us. There's no way that they know the future. All right, there's no way that the quote unquote black Hebrew Israelites, like they like to call us, which were just simply Hebrew Israelites, are the next rulers of the earth. Even our own people say that. Okay, and they categorize us, you know, concerning being the Hebrew Israelites as a religion or a doctrine, when it's simply a nationality. You're a Hebrew Israelite by blood. It's not something you choose to be. Continuing on, it says, but if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. That's right. Esau's about to demonize the men of the Lord on a very high level. And you guess what? Who's going to be at the forefront of that? Jake, man. Right there. Throwing rocks, sticks, and stones. Figuratively. Hey, clapping in the crowd with Team Esau jerseys on. Cheering Esau along. Okay. And him not only demonizing the men of the Lord, but also persecuting them. Some of us are going to have to die for this wisdom, knowledge, and truth. And if so, so be it. Okay. Verse 24, last verse. It says, riches are good unto him that hath no sin, and poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly. And that's what Esau, that's how he speaks. Okay. Like the scripture says, they speak lawfully concerning oppression. All right. And, you know, things are going to get a lot worse out here, man. Okay. We're going to see a great influx in unemployment, job loss, more homelessness. You know, these robots are being set up to replace you, take your jobs all across the board, from driving jobs to working in these warehouses to working at fast food restaurants, even flying planes. They're going to have automated planes soon, you know, delivery services, even phone. You know, even I was looking at an article earlier today. Well, it's actually a video. They're using these robots to artificial intelligence, AI robots, to take customer service phone calls. And they're so good, and they sound just like people, and the artificial intelligence can recognize certain things and learn and basically adapt so good that when you're talking to them, you don't even know that you're talking to a robot. Okay. So this is where we're at, and this is all going to lead up to what? That MOTB, man. All roads lead to this electronic device, man. Okay. Lord willing, that was edifying. Like I said, I'll leave the link in the description box to Elder Karadazakba's video. Go watch. You know, I strongly and encourage you brothers and you few sisters to go check out his video. Very edifying. which, you know, the elder always puts out edifying videos. And I'll put the link in the description to these link in the description box, Salakia, to these various different links to these articles I went into as well. To the next time, Shalom.